Hello everyone and welcome to the first video on this channel. My name is Mel and I'm here at Mel's Dollhouse, which is what I have decided to call this. Some of you may be here from my main channel, which is Wow Mel, where I make content about cosplay and conventions, and I sneak a little bit of D&D content into there, but I figured BJD content was separate enough that I would make its own channel for it. So here we are. Like my main channel, this is just completely for fun, so I won't be posting terribly consistently, I don't think, but I'm feeling like very motivated and passionate about this right now, so I hope you will enjoy the videos regardless, and who knows, maybe I will surprise myself by being consistent. I don't want to make any promises though. For this channel, I'm planning on doing like doll and doll wig and clothing unboxings when I can, dress up videos. I would love to chit chat about new releases, dolls I'm interested in, recommendations for making the hobby more affordable, brands I'm really liking, artists I'm really liking, and hopefully down the line when I get more skilled, maybe do like wig styling and face-up stuff, but I don't know. My goal for this channel is to be something comfortable and casual, kind of like the doll videos from years ago when the online YouTube community at least was like really prevalent. But today's video is going to be a simple one. I'm going to be talking a little bit about myself, but mostly about how I got into the BJD hobby. I don't have much to like show visually at this point related to the hobby, so sorry, it's mostly going to be my face. I did get something in the mail today that I thought would be fun to show. Let me put this down. I got it secondhand from someone on the BJD sale Reddit. I don't know how close to get to the camera. This is my first time like filming using the back camera because I know the quality is better, but not being able to see myself while I'm filming is stressing me out so badly. So it's like a cool cloak-y situation. You can kind of hook it on here, and it came with a little pin as well, but I was afraid to lose it. So you can just see it. I'm planning on using this for a doll I have on the way that I'm going to be modeling after one of my D&D characters. Yeah, so that's my plan with this one. She has like a sort of military looking outfit that she wears, so I wanted to lean into that aesthetic. Actually, I guess I don't have too much to say about myself. I guess if you're curious, my name is Melanie. I'm often called Mel. Either is okay with me. Don't have a preference. I just usually go by Mel because it's shorter and snappier, but I really don't mind. I cosplay, I play D&D, I'm a dancer, I'm a writer, YouTuber, streamer, voice actress. I have a lot of hobbies. I did not need another hobby, but I feel like this was also sort of inevitable for me, so I'll get into that. Oh, I forgot to pick up my mic. As you may have noticed, my mic isn't actually plugged in or hooked up. I really should one of these days, but that's so much extra hassle. I just hold it so, one, I don't get too wild with my hands, but also it reminds me to speak more clearly, so there you go. Anyways, I first found myself interested in BJDs, which are ball jointed dolls, like 10-ish years ago. I don't know exactly, but I know it was sometime in high school. I'm not sure how, but the YouTube algorithm figured out that I like dolls. I was so into Barbies. I had so many of them, and I played with them much longer than most people played with them. I wasn't like going out of my way to look up Barbie or doll content, but I still very much liked them. And so, I don't know, tracking cookies, however it figured it out, the algorithm did its magic and recommended me a specific video, and that's how I fell in love with ball jointed dolls. The video I was recommended was of a very popular doll sculpt. Still, I think popular today, but it definitely kind of had its peak. Like, I'm saying this definitively, this was just my impression because a video of it got pushed out to me as someone who wasn't on the doll side of YouTube. It was probably like 2015. So if you've been in the hobby for a while and might know what doll this was, it was Girl Doll. Get your votes in. It was a Fairyland minifee Chloe, who I now know that I've dived more into the community, is infamous in some ways. She's very popular, but I just completely fell in love with her. Although I have to be honest, I wasn't necessarily immediately like, oh, I love ball jointed dolls, I am so interested in this hobby. It was much more specifically, I love this doll. I am interested in the Fairyland minifeet Chloe specifically. I did see a little bit of Merwin and I think Celine, but I was like really into her. I'd watch videos of people dressing up their Chloes, comparing the active line and the moe line, of them reviewing different wigs and clothes and doing photo shoots with her and all sorts of stuff. And I would dream of having my own Chloe one day. But since I was in high school, I did have a part-time job, but these dolls are obviously very expensive. Even now I consider them to be very expensive. So I couldn't afford to buy one, or like, I guess I technically could afford it if I didn't like spend my money on anything else for multiple months, but it's also so expensive. I felt like it was something I couldn't justify, and I was also like in high school, I was embarrassed enough about still liking Barbies. I felt like I should be growing up at that point, that spending a bunch of money on a doll felt like something I'd be worried about being judged for, or I couldn't ask for one as a present for that same reason. Well, I could ask. I think my parents would have been supportive, but even if I could get over what I felt was embarrassment about asking for it, again, extremely expensive, so I could still never, in my right conscience, ask for that as a gift. So as the years went by, at some point I kind of fell off largely watching BJD or Chloe videos rather, and I also started playing D&D, which I promise is relevant. In our campaign, I created a doll-like character who has a bunch of lore. We don't need to get into it, but I decided to model that character off a ball jointed doll, and specifically I envisioned her looking like, she was human sized, so it was definitely super creepy, but I envisioned her looking like a Fairyland minifeet Chloe, and I actually picked her look based off of someone else's Chloe that I had seen. I don't want to show the photo because I can't credit the person whose photo this is, as I literally saved it from years and years and years ago, but it was a Chloe with like gray hair in braids, and she wore a white dress. I had my character have gray braids and wear a white dress, kind of like inspired off of that Chloe look I had seen so many years prior. I did very creatively name this D&D character Poppet. She wasn't technically my PC, like a character I played in the campaign. I was the DM of the campaign and she was one of the NPCs, but I digress. The campaign went on for a very long time. We're actually wrapping it up right now. We're in our like final 4 sessions. We had over 160 sessions. It's been going on for 5 years, which in D&D terms, that's like a huge deal. That's a very big deal to be able to complete a long-term campaign. And since I was the DM, I wanted to get myself like a present for doing it, basically. It is fun, but it is quite the endeavor to do. Since the campaign was wrapping up, I decided to treat myself and get this doll as a present for myself. I do have her now, and when I got her originally, I had sort of intended her to be like a decoration piece to kind of keep with my other D&D things as like a reminder of the campaign. I wasn't really intending to get into the hobby, like get more dolls or make videos or like share photos or anything, but I very quickly changed my mind after I got her. I realized I don't want to be sort of one and done. I've been watching so many videos, not just about Fairyland minifeet Chloe's this time, which is fine. Joining the Facebook groups and the BJD Reddit, and I want to go to doll meetups, and I keep checking like, are there BJD conventions around me? Does not seem to be. I want to take photos of dolls and share them with people and talk about dolls and new releases and companies and learn about base ups and try cutting and styling wigs and like all the things. I'm like, so I just fell in love with the hobby. I'm like, I want to be a part of this community, and that's why I made this channel. But the reason I'm not showing Poppet in this video is because I made a mistake when I got her. I got her as a recast. I want to say off the bat, off the jump, so people know where I stand. I no longer support recasts. She is my only recast. I changed my mind very quickly after I got her. I also have some legit dollies on the way that I'm very excited to be unboxing soon. For those who don't know, a recast is like a unauthorized copy of a doll. So what a recaster will do is they will buy a doll and then make a mold of them and then use that mold to create more dolls and sell those dolls for cheaper than the original. I'm not going to dive like too deep into the heart of that for this video. It's a very sensitive subject for the community. I'm sure there's even more I can still learn about it, but I've been diving pretty deep into it lately because I knew I wanted to touch on it here, but I just didn't want such a heavy topic to be like the focus of my first video. I'm even a little nervous to talk about it in this manner, mostly because I know that I had sort of started in error, but I am planning on making a full video in the future about why I got her as a recast and then what actually changed my mind on it and the reasons I don't support recasts anymore. And I'm hoping my experience and my mistake will help other people not make the same mistake that I did. And also just like give another perspective, because I think in cases like this, even though it is sensitive, it's sort of like knowledge is power, and the more we talk about it, the more informed people will be to feel confident in the choices that they're making and not make a choice and then immediately regret it after, like I did. I am definitely worried about people misunderstanding me or not welcoming me into the community. So I was like, maybe I just won't ever show Poppet and won't ever talk about her. But I didn't want to feel like I was like hiding anything. And because I did buy a recast, I feel partially like it's only right that I address it and then also share why I changed my mind. Because how is anyone supposed to understand me if I don't even talk about it? But I'm not going to go into it right now. That was just a little bit of a heads up so you know where I stand on it, because it is something people are rightly very passionate about. So I want to make my stance that I do not support recasts very clear, but also that I did get one. So I'm not coming from a place of judgment. But I'm putting a pin in that for now. That will be coming in the future, but I hope you can look forward to the other things coming on this channel. As I mentioned, I do have my first legitimate dollies coming on the way. I definitely sort of dove headfirst into this hobby, was not very financially responsible, if I'm being completely honest with you. I imagine some of them will take a while to come in. The Gem of Doll girls, Talia and Moira, are on the way. Huajing doll, A Xiao, she's on the way. Oh my god, she looks so cute. And then I think the first thing to be coming will be, I got these two Flynn doll heads. I'm going to order bodies for them, but I'm pretty sure I'll have the floating heads for a little while there. But one of those heads is what I'm going to put the Cloak I showed earlier. When she has a body, I guess I can't put it on the head, but she's going to be one of my characters, Chio, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff coming. That was a bad idea. Part of me wonders if I just felt so bad about getting a recast, I hard pivoted in the other way and spent a ton of money on legit dolls. I mean, it's good to spend money on the community, but be wise about your funds. I don't have much clothes right now, but I love fashion, so I'm sure I'll love dressing up my dolls, taking photos of them, talking about them, looking at other people's dolls, and just talking about my characters. I'm making a lot of them themed around my D&D characters, and it's just so like weirdly full circle for me to have seen a doll and then made a character based off a doll and then gotten a doll of that doll character I based off the original doll, and it just all kind of went around like that. I think it's really cool. It is definitely mostly going to be a side passion project for me, but I've absolutely fallen in love with these dolls and I'm very excited about this community and this new hobby. I do have many other hobbies already, but listen, I'm just happy to be here. Thank you for watching. Feel free to, I guess, ask any questions you have below, any suggestions for videos or things you'd like to see from me. And if you're curious about checking out any of my other socials, you like cosplay, you like D&D, you like watching Twitch streamers, I'll have all that stuff in the description for you. So if you want to hang out with me more, totally do that. That would be awesome. But for now, I will say goodbye. So, bye. This chair is so squeaky. I need a new chair. I've been saying that for years. So squeaky.